Time for us to have our talk with Byrd and Byrd LLC attorneys at law, elder law lawyers with offices in Bowie and Prince Frederick, Maryland. And joining us to talk about tips on long-term care insurance is Jessica Estes from the law office. Good morning, Jessica. Welcome back to 1430 WNAV.
Good morning, Bill.
Hey, what is long-term care insurance?
Long-term care insurance is insurance that pays for costs associated with long-term care. Long-term care generally is required when an individual is unable to perform the basic activities of daily living, such as bathing, dressing, eating, toileting, walking, and transferring. And it has to exceed a period of 30 days.
Okay, now why is long-term care insurance very important to have?
Long-term care insurance can pay for home care, adult daycare, respite care, assisted living, or a nursing home. Private health insurance does not cover these costs. Similarly, Medicare will only cover a portion of these costs in certain circumstances and only for a maximum of 100 days. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 70% of people turning age 65 can expect to use some form of long-term care during their lives. In the D.C. Baltimore metro area, long-term care costs for an individual can exceed $100,000 per year. That's a lot of money. So long-term care insurance can pay for this.
Wow. Hey, when considering long-term care insurance, Jessica, what should the policy include?
Generally, you want a policy that's going to be anywhere from a 3 to 5 year term, meaning that that's how long the policy will pay benefits for. The policy should cover nursing home care as well as assisted living and home care. The daily benefit for nursing home care should be at least $200. And what that means is that that's how much the policy will pay per day. And the policy should have an inflation rider that is compounded anywhere from 3 to 5% annually. So, for example, if you had a policy that paid $100 per day for nursing home care and you had a 5% compounded inflation rider, then after the first year, your daily benefit would increase to $105. And then the next year, it would go up to $110.25. And by year 3, your daily benefit would be $115.76. So over time, it would increase exponentially. And also, if you have the inflation rider, your lifetime maximum benefit will increase as well.
Okay, well, this is a lot of money we're talking about. Isn't it true that long-term care insurance is really expensive?
It depends. Many people tell me that they cannot afford long-term care insurance. However, what they need to consider is that the annual premium is most likely less than the cost of 1 month in a nursing home.
Well, what if I don't use a policy? Do I lose all the money I paid in premiums?
Well, it depends on your policy. There are many hybrid policies out there now. Certain policies, if you decide you want to cancel the insurance, they will give you a return of your premiums. Or there's other policies that if you don't use it while you're alive, they can pay out a death benefit to your named beneficiary. Other policies can also be used for a spouse if you don't use it yourself. Additionally, the state of Maryland has what we call partnership policies, which allow you to preserve assets for Medicaid purposes in an amount equal to the payments made by long-term care insurance. So, for example, let's say you have a partnership policy and that paid $300,000 for 3 years at an assisted living facility, but now you require nursing home care, so your costs are going to increase and your income is not sufficient to cover that cost. Normally, you would have to spend down your savings to $2,500 in order to qualify for Medicaid. However, if you have this partnership policy, you can exempt an extra $300,000 because that's the amount the policy paid out. So in this case, you would be able to qualify for Medicaid when your assets equal $302,500.
Okay, now if any of our listeners have additional questions or want to learn more about long-term care insurance, how do they reach you, Jessica?
I can be reached at 301-464-7448 or on our website at www.byrdandbyrd.com. That's BYRDANDBYRD.com. And as a reminder, I will be hosting an informal workshop on Monday, July 14th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at our offices in Bowie. The workshop is free, but space is limited to 10 people, so you should call and reserve your seat. There will also be light refreshments served. We do these workshops on the second Monday of every month. If you can't make the July 14th date, we have workshops planned for August 11th and September 8th as well. Also, my colleague Brian Ritter we'll be hosting an estate and trust workshop on Thursday, July 17th at our office in Prince Frederick from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And he does those workshops at the third Thursday of every month. So if you can't make July, you can come in August or September. So thanks again for having us, and join us next week for more tips.
All right, thanks a lot, Jessica. We will do that, okay? Jessica with us this morning, Jessica Estes from the law offices of Byrd and Byrd, LLC, attorneys at law, elder law lawyers with offices in Bowie and Prince Frederick, Maryland. Not just good lawyers, good counsel.